Hello, and welcome to the Advent Adventure with Deacon Ron and myself. Today is a different day. Not just that it's December 17th and a Thursday, it's that Advent changes today. The first part of Advent, we were looking at how we hope Christ will come again. And you know, we've gotten to the 17th and it hasn't happened. So these last 7 days of Advent, we start to look at how he first came. And so today's gospel is from Matthew. And it's from the beginning of Matthew's gospel. And it's one that deacons and presiders never want to read because it lists all the genealogy of Jesus from Abraham down to Joseph. And you know, there are a lot of Hebrew names in there, and they get a little screwy at times. And so, you know, people kind of back off. But the point that Matthew is making is not to give us this genealogy, but to tell us something about Jesus and his humanity. That while Jesus is the Son of God, he also has a human lineage. And you know, if you look at that list of people, there are some pretty shaky people in that list. You know, there are a couple of women mentioned, and strangely, they weren't the best of women. Tamar tricked her father-in-law and ended up having a set of twins by him. And then there is the adulteress, the wife of Uriah. And those kings, most of them were losers. And it's a strange thing that Matthew gives us all these shaky people, these people who are in the background, not just shaky, but kind of shady at times. And I wonder, you know, that's where Jesus came from. You know, that family of Jesus has continued to grow from the day of Christ's birth until today. And people are baptized into that family again and again. And I'd like to say they're all perfect people. I mean, I'd like to say I'm perfect, but I'm not. Far from it. And the longer I live, the more it's as obvious to me. But yet, I'm part of that family. And the Lord doesn't need us to be perfect. He just needs us to open our hearts to him. And even in our shakiness, in our shadiness, the fact that we're less than perfect, what we offer can be used to build up the kingdom of God. And so today, as we move into the second part of Advent, as we look at how Jesus once came, we also ask him to come into our lives more powerfully so that you and I can serve to build up his kingdom. And he will help us. He will. That's the promise of Advent.